Okay, so I chose to do a little bit more of a popular deck that just came out of the Secret Slayer set. This is a Eldlich deck. Eldlich zombies, more or less like that. This deck comes in the Secret Slayers, like I've mentioned. The Eldlich, the Golden Lord, is the most expensive card out of that set, with Adamantipator Researcher coming in at number 2. So yeah, let's just get right into the deck profile. First off, you're running 2 Eldlich, the Golden Lords. Basically, it's a free special summoned by... Well, no, it's a free destruction when you send 1 spell and trap. And then you can destroy a card, like a zombie card, or a card that you control, and then you get to add this card to your hand, and then you get to special summon 1 zombie type monster from your hand. So it can special summon itself and become a 3500 beater on the field, so you're earning 2 of those. 2 Doomkeen Balderrock. This card is a really good card. During the standby phase of a face-up field, card is in a field zone. And this card is graveyard. You can special summon it, which you will be putting a lot of cards in the graveyard. And you will have a field spell, which is Zombie World, and then you can special summon this card in defense position, and only once per turn. If a zombie monster except itself activates its effect, you can apply one of these effects. Negate and banish 1 monster to the field of graveyard. Which, with Zombie World, all monsters become zombies, so you can negate your opponent's effects as well. 1 Necrold Banshee. This card just searches Zombie World, and if it's on the field, it can't be destroyed by card effects. If it's in the graveyard, you get to just search it, or field or graveyard, you get to search it. 1 Mizuki, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 monster, zombie monster in your graveyard, so summon it. It's pretty straightforward card. It's pretty good. It's really good in this deck because you're going to be sending a lot to the graveyard. 3 Shiranui Solitaires is just special summons a tuner, which it's going to be Unizombie or Bloom, not Bulb, rest in peace. Yeah, that's all that does by attributing a zombie monster, which it's usually going to be itself. 3 of pretty much the best card in your deck. 3 Unizombies. This card basically lets you descend any zombie monster from your deck, and you can from your hand, and you also get to increase his level, basically making you can get Omega out there with just 2 of these guys out on the field, or make it to level 4 and use one of your level 4 guys. It's a really good card, and it's a tuner, which makes it, on top of that, even more better. And it can be searched with Noodle Fiber and stuff like that. 2 Ash Blossom Joyous String. This card is probably the best hand trap in the meta, like I've mentioned before. And 1 Gloat Bloom. This card, if sent to graveyard, you get to add a level 5 or higher zombie monster from your deck, or Zombie World. Or if a Zombie World in the field zone, you can start them from your deck instead. So it's really good. And you basically, the other effect really doesn't apply because all monsters are zombie monsters. 3 Pot of Extravagance. This card is really great. You're not too reliant on your extra deck, because there's no cards that go with Eldlich, and so basically, the card that you're really wanting is probably Vampire Sucker, but other than that, you really don't need anything else. 3 Elixir of Black Awakening. This card basically lets you to special summon a zombie monster or Eldlich the Golden Lord from your deck, and then you can banish this card from your graveyard, and then you get to set 1 Golden Land card, will spell and trap directly from your deck to the directly from your deck. So it's a really good card, and it can't be ashed. Well, the first one it can be, but the second effect can't. 2 Cosmic Cyclones, 2 Called by the Grave. These cards are really good in here because you don't have a lot of spell and trap destruction. The only spell and trap, you have a spell and trap negation, but these are really good. 2 Elixir of White Destiny. This, you can special summon 1 zombie monster from your hand or graveyard, but if you control no Eldlich monsters, you get to special summon Eldlich. And then for the rest of the turn, you can only special summon zombies, and then you can banish this card, and then you get to set a golden land spell and trap directly from your deck. 3 Cursed Eldlins. This card is also probably the second best card in your deck. This card you can't declare attack except with zombie monsters, which pretty much all of your cards are zombie monsters except some of the stuff in the extra deck. But you can pay 800 life points, and then you can add 1 Eldritch monster or golden land spell and trap from deck to hand, and if it's sent from the spell, it traps 1 to the graveyard, which it'll probably be by Eldlich effect. You can send one Eldlich monster from or golden land from your deck to the graveyard, which all of these traps have effects. And the last spell is you're running 2 Zombie World. This card is probably one up there that's really, really good. All monsters become zombie monsters, and then either player contribute monsters except zombie monsters. So it's really, really good. And it shuts down Salmon Greats, especially because they can't go into Balinks, and they really, really need that card. 3 Elixir Scarlet Sanguine. Basically, you can start summon 1 zombie monster from your deck to the graveyard, but it same effect as others. And then for the rest of the turn, if this card dissolves, you can't special summon zombie monsters. And then after you can banish this card from your graveyard, and then set 1 golden land spell and trap direct from deck. So this is a card that you're earning 3 of because it's a free special summon from your deck or graveyard. So it makes it really, really good card. 2 Conquistors and 2 Coqueros. These cards basically do the same thing, but they have different attacks. So if this if you control Eldlich, you can destroy a face-up on the card in the field, and it's basically has the same effects as Paleozoics. It's like a free special summon trap, but not from the graveyard, from the field. And then during the end phase, you can set 1 Eldlich card from your deck, you can banish it, and then just the same thing, and basically you can banish 1 card from either graveyard if you control Eldlich, the Golden Lord, and then you can set 1 Elixir, so it's really good. And then 1, the Golden Land Forever. Basically, it's a negate of anything except summons. Onto the extra deck, we're going with 1 Frame Lord Omega. This card is probably like the zombie boss card. It's super, super good. 1 Formula Synchron for Noodle Fiber plays. 1 Juggernaut Libe, I'm not pronouncing the name because I don't really want to. 1 Gustav Max. These cards just go off of because you can get your Eldlich, and then if you use Unizombie on like your Doom King Battle Rock, you can also get them out there. 1 Constellar Pallades. This card basically just you can detach to an Exmir card and return that target to hand, so it's a compulse, but it's for any card. And then you can Crimson Knight, Vampire Bram, two level 5 zombie monsters. Just to let you know, all of the traps are zombie monsters, the ones that special summon. So it's really easy to make rank 5 XZ plays. You can detach 1 material from this card and then target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon that target to your field, but only that monster can attack for the rest of the turn. Only once per turn, and then once per turn you can during the standby phase of the next turn, after this card you controlled was destroyed by opponent's card, you can send to the graveyard and special this card to defense position. So it just keeps recycling and recycling itself. And it goes off of link plays with its second effect. 1 Bullswell Dragon and 1 Appaloosa. These cards you're probably going to spam out quite a lot, so it's really easy to get access to these cards. 1 BLS Link. This card is absolutely insane in the meta, along with Appaloosa. 1 Nightmare Unicorn. 1 Vampire Saga. This card's super, super good. Basically, you get a draw card if you special summon a zombie monster from its opponent's graveyard, which all zombie monsters in the field or graveyard become zombies because of Zombie World. I can't talk today. And then you can, if a zombie monster is special summoned from either graveyard, you get draw a card. So it's really, really good. 1 Avenged Savior. This card becomes Revenger Savior, which doesn't really matter in this deck. And then you can target a Avenger monster in your graveyard, which you don't do. And then if it battles a opponent's monster, I can't talk today, holy moly. If it battles an opponent's monster, you can send 1 zombie monster from your deck to the graveyard with equal or less attack, equal to level, and yeah, so it's pretty good card because it's not like the best card, but it's okay. 1 Noodle Fiber. This card's broken in the meta now because almost every deck runs tuners. If they don't, rest in peace. 1 IP Masquerena. This card is really, really good. And 1 Link Karibo. That really rounds off for the extra deck. Onto the side deck, you're running another Necroworld Banshee, another Ash, 1 FA Dawn Dragster, another Called by the Grave, 3 Super Polys, 3 Rivalry Warlords to make the lock combo play to where they can only set. It really, really sucks. 1 Zombie World, 1 Starving Venom Fusion, 1 Predaplant Trivovorterium. I probably butchered that name really badly. 1 Draco Necro, another Soul Dragon, and 1 Draco State Pelia. These cards are just super poly targets for zombies especially. So yeah, that's really the deck profile, and let's just get into dueling. Okay, so I'm hosting a duel, and we're going to use the Eldlich deck, and we're going to wait for somebody to join. So Eldlich would like to go second, but can go first as well. It's kind of like an OTK variant of the deck, and if it's not the OTK variant, you're probably going to like set 5 cards and pass if you draw crappy hands. But most of the time, you're going to search a lot. But yeah, that's really the basics of the deck. It's basically get a 3500 beater out there or Appaloosa and attack and attack and attack for game. So yeah, let's just wait for someone to join. Okay, so someone joined, and we're gonna play rock, because rock is my favorite color. And let's see, so I'm going second, which I would preferably want to go. I have an ash, so 1 disruption to my hand, and yeah, let's just see what he does. So I'm pretty sure we're going to play counter fairies. So yeah, I'm going to ash. Never mind. Game 1. We're going on to game 1. This was game 0, so we're going down to game 1. Okay, so game 1. We're just going to wait for someone to. Okay, so someone joined, and yeah, I'm going to play rock, because as I said earlier, rock is my favorite color. And it's okay hand. I'm going first, obviously, and we're going to set. Yeah, this card likes to disrupt a lot of decks with the extra deck. So we're going to activate, and we're going to special summon Eldlich the Golden Lord from our deck, and then we're going to activate Eldlich the Golden Lord to send another Black Awakening, and then we're going to send Eldlich the Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine. I can't talk today, like I said earlier. And then we're going to activate Eldlich the Golden Lord, send Zombie World to Graveyard, which I shouldn't have. And we're not going to chain, and then we're going to special summon and get him out there. We're going to activate Elixir of Red Splatter. We're going to flip up. We're going to do Huaquero. Huaquero reminds me of croissant. Please don't copyright me on that. And yeah, it's really all I can do right now, so I will pass. My hand wasn't the best, but it was okay. Well, I drew Eldlich, so we're going to activate Elixir of Black Awakening. Then we're going to flip up the ever glorious Golden Land, or Golden Land Forever, however you want to put it. We're going to switch the Golden Lord to attack. We're going to attack his Lightning Chidori. I don't know how to pronounce it. And then we're just going to pass turn. Okay, so we're going to activate Elixir of Black Awakening, and we're going to flip up Conquistador of the Golden Land. Then we're also going to activate Eldlich Golden Lord, send to Graveyard, and then we're going to do Special Summon Known Zombie Monster, which will be itself, obviously. And then we're going to also activate Elixir of White Fate to flip up another Huaquero. And then we're going to go to battle phase. We're going to attack. Hopefully it doesn't have something like Mirror Force. Okay, he doesn't. Going to attack again. Going down to main phase 2. We're going to special summon Gustav Max by using both our Golden Lords. Going to burn him for a nice hot 2000. And then we're going to special summon Juggernaut Leve. I should have done this first, but I kind of wanted to give this guy a little chance. So we're going to pass turn to him. Alrighty, so we're going to activate Pot Extravagance, banish 6 cards from our extra deck, and draw 2. Oh, and he surrendered. So yeah. Yeah, that's really the deck. It's pretty good. It's pretty consistent. It's not as consistent as you may think. I personally think that Adamantispators are way better, and probably way more popular. And yeah, and also I'd like to mention these poor Ojamas down here. I really feel bad for them on the Harpy's Hunting Ground picture. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It would be really greatly appreciated. And if you have any other deck suggestions that you would like me to do, please leave a comment down below. And thank you for watching.